Hello and welcome to the Don't Lift Off podcast and YouTube channel. My name is Anthony Dunn and I am a motor racing driver, instructor and coach. I've been doing the job since 1997, racing since 1991 in go-karts, then went on to single-seaters and then coached for a little while and then eventually came back to race radical sports cars, which is what this video is about. So in 2007, I was the radical SR3 national champion, British champion in radical enduros. So I'm just looking back through a video, and that's what I'm going to be looking at now, is a video that I posted in 2014 of an experience that we used to do over at the Nurburgring Nordschleife. It was an experience that was in a radical SR3, albeit a 1340cc SR3 as opposed to the 1540cc or 1500cc SR3s that we used to race. And this experience that we used to do was run by a guy called Dave Tilley. The experience was called Unique Track Days. And it was billed, and it probably was the most exciting track day you could do, which was to drive a radical SR3 racing car around the Nurburgring Nordschleife. Now, the interesting thing about this is, although it was on a track day at the Nordschleife, it was actually run on slick tyres. So it was a supremely fast car through the corners. And so we did this track day, and we had customers driving, and a friend of mine, a guy called Michael Vergers, I think he was a radical champion himself, and he also had the slightly unofficial Nurburgring production car lap record. It was never classed as an official record, I don't believe, because it was in a radical, although he did actually drive the car on the road over to the Nurburgring at the time when he set the record around the shorter, when I say shorter, the track day version of the Nordschleife. It was a 6 minute, if I'm right in saying it was a 6 minute 46 lap. So it was really, really fast in an SR8 LM, I think it was, on, as I say, track day road going tyres that he drove over with Roger Green, who was the editor of Evo magazine at the time. Anyway, so myself and Michael were doing this track day, and at the end of the track day, it was a nice sunny day, and I just relatively recently got a GoPro back in the days when GoPros were quite new. And I decided to stick this GoPro on the car and run it on quite a wide camera angle and run it at 1080p at 60 frames a second, and jump in the side of Michael while he took us out for a passenger ride because we had a little bit of time spare. And I didn't realise at the time that the video that I posted fairly innocuously on my YouTube channel has now received over 1 million views, and so I thought I'd revisit this and have a little look. Talk you through it. Really, talk you through the 14 minutes that we ran this. So I'll play it through and talk you through it. So we're starting off at the public toll booth because, as I say, it was a track day, and so with it being a track day, we could only overtake on the left-hand side, or I should say Michael could only overtake on the left-hand side. You can see Michael's wearing his full FIA spec hands device and FIA spec t-shirt, full flameproof t-shirt, and I'm in my full gear with hands device and everything. So when I say it's the shorter loop, so when you race at Nurburgring Nordschleife 24 hours, it would kick off left there and go around the Grand Prix circuit loop. So we're now going into the Nurburgring Nordschleife proper. So it's going down into quite a bumpy, fast section. It's one of the fastest sections on the circuit. And this is called Hatzenbach. Slipping up the inside of a BMW M Coupe there. So you can see you can use lots of curb through here. Michael passing me the intercom. So we did actually run an intercom on the cars. when we did the experiences with our novice customers. But myself and Michael didn't have it connected up on this particular run because basically it was kind of done fairly last minute. So we're now heading up to Flugplatz, which is super fast. This was the place where, if anyone's seen the film Gran Turismo, by the way, it's the place where the Nissan, what was it? Nissan Skyline, wasn't it? Flew there. It was called Flugplatz because there was a known as Flying Place, which is there used to be an airfield on there. So it's pretty fast down this whole section. We're heading down towards Arenberg now. It's one of the fastest parts of the circuit. And this is now going down into Foxhole, the Foxhole. Full speed all the way down here, full power. Big compression at the bottom. Little left flick. There's quite a bit of curb on the inside. And then this is the corner. When I raced here in 2000 in a Caterham of all things, I nearly fell off on that corner. Catches a lot of people out. There's lots of videos of people spinning and crashing back from like the 1950s, 1960s. It's always a dangerous thing when you've got two racing drivers together and we're gesticulating for no good reason whatsoever while we're being slightly held up by 968's Club Sport Porsche and a GT3 RS Porsche. They're minding their own business and we're just being irate for no good reason. Quite bumpy through the section, it's almost a hairpin around there. Now this is super fast round here. It's 3 apex curves there, you hit the middle one, so it's like miss, hit, miss round there. Again, this is almost a hairpin, slipping to the inside of the Clio, nicely done Michael. There, slipping to the inside. Adenauer Bridge, there's Adenauer. Now if you notice the little slip of oversteer there, just a little hint of oversteer as Michael went to turn in there, so we got a slight hint of oversteer on this particular one. So we actually had two cars, two SR3s at the time. There was a white one, which was the White Stallion, and then the White Knight, I think they used to call it, and then the Black Stallion, which was the carbon black one. Another Clio. So now Michael's taken his time up here. You'll notice ahead we've got a service vehicle which was normally be used for like towing broken down cars back, so you have to not overtake when you're going past these service vehicles. And now it's a gradual climb uphill. So many Clios on this track there. I think it was a destination Nurburgring track day, really well run track days actually. Shout out to Darren, you've seen this Darren, he's a really good organiser. That little left hand kink, pretty fast, so we're heading up towards the carousel now, so a little right hand kink, over a little brow in a 90 right. Good few years since I've been to Nurburgring actually. Bit of curb on the exit there, so we've got a gaggle of cars heading up towards the carousel then, so slipping up the inside. So again, you can only overtake on the left hand side, with a little salute to Michael. So notice, because we've got a very flat bottom car, it's very low slung, Michael's elected not to go through the carousel because it's basically going to do a lot of damage to the underside of the car. It's going to take a lot of damage, a lot of wear and tear out of the front splitter mainly. Now up to Hoa Act. I believe this is called the Whipperman. So we've got looks like an Audi A4 or maybe an S4. It looks like a proper VLN racing car this. So it's going pretty quickly actually. It's got racing suspension on it and Michael's been very patient. Just showing him we're there, giving him so he can see us in the mirrors, and then just slipping at the inside and he's got the opportunity. And this is known as Brunchen. You can see the cars on the outside there, so if you ever go to the Nurburgring, it's a great place to park if you ever want to watch the cars going through a pretty breakneck speed. It's a nice place to watch. Garden. There's a few places where the car goes very, very light and almost jumps off the ground. Doesn't quite, so we've got quite a lot of aero there. You see a little jump down there. I think this is the Stefan Beloff curve. You've got to be careful of that curve on the left-hand side, and then it's flat, flat, flat all the way down here. Again, the car goes very light down through there, and so it's a yellow flag there, I think. So Michael's just eased off there because he's anticipating not overtaking, so it looks like it's clear now. Past the Porsche. So I'm pointing out there. Another yellow flag. Must be something up ahead. Nice and steady. Yeah, okay, so we've got another service vehicle. So that's the mini carousel. It's normally really, really fast through there. And it looks like we've got a Series 3 Elise or Exige. I think that could be low 6-inch. The double right-hander. In an SR3 it's pretty flat through this last section, maybe a tiny little lift in the middle. So we're now having a verbal, well, a gesticulation of whether we're going to go out and do another lap. Shall we do another lap? Yeah, let's go and do another lap. So we're hitting an aerodynamic brick wall. So the 1340cc Radical wasn't particularly fast and straight line. It's essentially running on almost a standard Suzuki Hayabusa motorbike engine. So we're V-maxing, so the maximum velocity of around about 135, I'm guessing. Flat. And only braking now, fairly last minute. Using as much track as he can on the left-hand side. Standard GT3, slipping on the inside, waving our hands for no good reason, just a track then. I think we might have been trying to set a time to see what time we could get out of it, because we knew it was a nice sunny day, just to see what we could do. One of our customers actually looked back to have a look at what an SR3, 1300 SR3 would do, and it was actually doing a lap time of just, I think it was like a 7:11, something like that. So pretty fast considering it was just a 1300cc. It was a 7-minute 11-second lap. I think Michael did it like a 7:09. Looking at the inside of the skyline back there. Remember this bit. This is why it's always very dangerous. See the gesticulation there, so I'm encouraging Michael to try and take it flat, and Michael's telling me, yeah, a little bit of oversteer. Everything to lose, nothing to gain. It's a good mantra for doing passenger rides. It was the first thing I was told on our trips at Silverstone. Little lift, and the approach to Nurburgring just to steady the car down. Yeah, everything to lose, nothing to gain when you're doing a track day. You're not setting any lap times. Michael really hustling it over the curbs. Flat down here now. So because it's downhill, you're getting closer to probably around about 140 miles an hour. We've got no speedo on the car, but you see Michael really hustling the curbs now, hustling the car around, using plenty of exit curb. Although it's a racing car, it's a relatively softly sprung prototype. It can run the curbs. Very fast through here. It's 90 left, down a hill. It feels very enclosed through there, and this, when you're driving this car, there won't be many racing cars. It's much faster through there. I'll just stay silent so you can actually hear it. Pretty bumpy through there. Big drop down. You can really feel it in the car. again, just a hint of oversteer, so Michael's reacted to the previous time when it had the oversteer going around that hairpin, and then there was another little bit down here. Let's see what he does here. Previous corner. Just looking at the inside of the V6 Exceed, except for the V6 Exceed, you've got plenty of torque. For those of you that know a little bit of history about Nurburgring, this little left-hand kink is the Lauda Lynch kink. It's where Niki Lauda had his big crash in, what, 76? Now Bergwerk, using lots of curb on the exit, again the drag uphill, so this time we don't have a safety vehicle on the way up through here, so Michael's full power all the way up. Still flat. Still flat. Still flat. Go on, Mike. Go on. You can do it. Danger, danger. Look how smooth Michael is. The main thing I remember about Michael's style of driving, and it struck me right from the start, if you watch this video back, is just how smooth he is on the entry to corners. And I remember sitting next to Michael first time he drove a Caterham at Silverstone, again round the outside of the proper carousel. You can get away with it in a GT3 RS, but you won't get away with it in Sports Prototype. But the main thing I remember of Michael is just how smooth he was on corner entry. No hacking at the steering wheel, nice and smooth, very natural driver. Through whole act, holding it left for a little while, and then in, through, I think this is the Whipperman. These two sections, oof. There's a bit of curb there, they might use quite a bit on the exit, down through Brunching. He's going to use loads of curb further down to it. Then we'd exit. It's quite a high apex curve there, but exit you can run. Climbing, climbing, climbing. So what you don't realise the onboard is just how much climbing there is, and then slipping up the inside of the 3 Series. Little drop, ready, you're waiting for it. But the rise of revs there, so obviously left the ground a little bit. It's super, super fast. Watch the high curve on the inside there. Me giving it the small man's anger for no good reason. Red flag, red flag. I've forgotten about the red flag, actually. There you go. It was a good day. It was a good day. So, yeah. If you like what you saw there, there's quite a good video with a good conversation between myself and Michael. I'll put a link to it at the end of this video. And Michael's been ex-British GT. Ex-FIA GT champion. He was British Formula 4 champion. He's raced radicals. He's raced an enormous number of cars. So, hope you enjoyed that. And remember, keep it pinned. Don't lift off.